Hey there, friend. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into something that's stealing joy from more people than almost anything else in our modern world, the comparison trap. You know that feeling when you're scrolling through social media and suddenly you feel like your life isn't enough, like everyone else has it figured out while you're still stumbling around in the dark? Like you're falling behind in some race you didn't even know you were running? Yeah, that feeling. Today, we're going to dismantle this trap piece by piece, understand why we fall into it, and most importantly, learn how to climb out and stay out. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's talk about why your journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's. Think about this for a second. You wake up, reach for your phone, and within minutes, you've seen someone's promotion announcement, someone's engagement photos, someone's perfect breakfast, someone's fitness transformation, someone's dream vacation, and someone's beautifully organized home. And somewhere in those few minutes, without even realizing it, you started measuring your life against theirs. Your morning coffee suddenly doesn't feel as special, your job doesn't feel as impressive, your body doesn't look as fit, your relationship doesn't seem as romantic, your home doesn't look as put together. In less than 5 minutes, you went from perfectly content to somehow feeling like you're not doing enough, being enough, or achieving enough. Here's the devastating truth about comparison. It's a game you can never win. Never. Because there will always be someone who's further ahead in some area of life. Always someone richer, more attractive, more successful, more organized, more talented, more loved. And if you're using other people's highlight reels as the measuring stick for your behind-the-scenes reality, you're going to feel inadequate every single time. But here's what I want you to understand today. Comparison isn't just making you feel bad. It's robbing you of the ability to celebrate your own progress, to recognize your own wins, to appreciate your own unique path. And that's a tragedy. Let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel was a freelance graphic designer, 28 years old, talented, hardworking, slowly building his career. He was making decent money, had a few regular clients, and was generally proud of what he'd accomplished. But Daniel had a habit. Every morning, he'd scroll through LinkedIn and Instagram, looking at other designers' work. He'd see people his age who had already been featured in major publications, people landing huge corporate clients, people with massive followings, people speaking at conferences, people with studios and teams. And every single time, Daniel felt smaller. His accomplishments felt insignificant. His clients felt too small. His progress felt too slow. He wasn't comparing his actual life to their actual lives. He was comparing his everyday reality to their carefully curated public image, and it was destroying him. Daniel started working longer hours, pushing himself harder, taking on more projects than he could handle. He stopped enjoying the creative process because he was too busy trying to achieve what others had achieved. He stopped celebrating his wins because they didn't seem impressive enough. He developed anxiety, imposter syndrome, and a constant feeling that no matter what he did, it would never be enough. The comparison trap had turned his passion into a prison. Imagine you're running a race, and you're making good progress. Your pace is steady, you're breathing well, you're moving forward. But instead of watching the path ahead of you, you keep turning your head to look at the other runners. That person's ahead of you, that person's faster, that person has better form. And while you're busy looking sideways, you trip over something on your own path. You lose your rhythm. You waste energy. You might even give up entirely because what's the point if everyone else is ahead anyway? That's what comparison does. It takes your eyes off your own lane and puts them on everyone else's. And in doing so, you stumble on your own journey. So why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we fall into the comparison trap over and over again? I've identified 5 main reasons, and understanding them is the first step to breaking free. Reason 1. Social media has rewired our brains for comparison. We're literally carrying around devices that allow us to peer into hundreds or thousands of people's lives every single day. Our brains didn't evolve for this. For most of human history, we compared ourselves to maybe 100 people in our immediate community. Now we're comparing ourselves to millions. It's overwhelming, and our brains can't process it healthily. Reason 2, we're comparing our chapter wine to someone else's chapter 20. You're seeing where people are now, not the years of struggle, failure, and growth it took them to get there. You're seeing the finished product, not the messy process. It's like comparing your rough draft to someone else's published novel and wondering why yours isn't as polished. Reason 3. We use comparison as a way to measure our worth. When we don't have a strong internal sense of who we are and what we value, we look outward for validation. We let other people's achievements define whether we're successful or not. We let other people's timelines dictate whether we're on track or falling behind. But worth doesn't work that way. Your value isn't determined by how you stack up against others. Reason 4, we forget that everyone's struggling with something. That person with the perfect Instagram feed, they might be battling depression. That person with the impressive career, they might have no time for relationships. That person with the dream body, they might have an unhealthy relationship with food. You're comparing your whole messy reality to a tiny, carefully selected slice of someone else's life. Reason 5, we're afraid that if we're not winning, we're losing. We've internalized this idea that life is a competition, that there are limited resources, that someone else's success somehow diminishes our own. But life isn't a zero-sum game. Someone else's achievement doesn't take anything away from you. All right, so how do we escape the comparison trap? How do we stop letting other people's journeys make us feel inadequate about our own? Here are 6 strategies that have genuinely transformed how I approach this. Strategy 1, comparison detox. Audit your inputs. Take an honest look at what you're consuming. Which accounts make you feel inspired and which ones make you feel inadequate? Unfollow, mute, or limit your exposure to the ones that consistently trigger comparison. This isn't about avoiding success or hiding from reality, it's about protecting your mental health and energy. Curate your environment intentionally. Strategy 2, focus on your own benchmarks. Stop measuring yourself against others and start measuring yourself against who you were yesterday, last month, last year. Are you growing? Are you learning? Are you moving in a direction that aligns with your values? That's the only comparison that matters. Create personal benchmarks based on your own goals, not on what society or social media says you should have achieved by now. Strategy 3, practice gratitude for what is. When you catch yourself in comparison mode, immediately shift to gratitude. What do you have right now that you're taking for granted? What progress have you made that you're overlooking? Gratitude and comparison cannot coexist in the same moment. When you actively appreciate what's present in your life, comparison loses its power. Strategy 4, remember the iceberg principle. What you see of someone's life is just the tip of the iceberg, maybe 10%. 90% is hidden beneath the surface. The struggles, the failures, the sacrifices, the challenges, the fears, the doubts, you don't know what they've been through or what they're currently going through. Stop comparing your iceberg to someone else's tip. Strategy 5, celebrate others without diminishing yourself. This is a game changer. When you see someone succeed, practice genuine celebration instead of secret envy. That's amazing for them. That shows me what's possible. Their success doesn't mean there's less success available for me. Abundance mindset over scarcity mindset. There's room for everyone to thrive. Strategy 6, define success on your own terms. What does success actually mean to you? Not to your parents, not to society, not to Instagram, to you. Maybe success is having time for your family. Maybe it's creative freedom. Maybe it's financial security. Maybe it's making an impact. Maybe it's inner peace. Get crystal clear on what you actually want, and then pursue that instead of pursuing what you think you should want based on what everyone else seems to have. So what happened with Daniel? After months of anxiety and burnout, he hit a breaking point. He deleted Instagram from his phone for 30 days. He stopped checking LinkedIn compulsively. He started journaling about his own wins, no matter how small. He redefined what success meant for him. It wasn't about being featured in design magazines. It was about creative fulfillment, financial stability, and work-life balance. And you know what? Within 6 months, his work improved because he stopped trying to copy what others were doing and started developing his own authentic style. His mental health improved. His joy returned. He's now running a small but thriving design business that feels true to him, not to some idea of what he should be doing based on what other designers were doing. Here's what I need you to hear today. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not doing it wrong just because your journey looks different from someone else's. Different doesn't mean less than. Your timeline is yours. Your path is yours. Your definition of success is yours. And when you stop trying to live someone else's life and start fully inhabiting your own, something magical happens. You stop competing and start creating. You stop performing and start living. You stop striving for approval and start building a life that actually feels good to you. The comparison trap wants you to believe that there's one right way to do life, one right timeline, one right path to success and happiness. But that's a lie. There are infinite ways to build a meaningful life. There are infinite definitions of success. There are infinite paths to fulfillment. And the one that matters most is the one that's true to who you are, what you value, and what brings you genuine joy. Stop looking sideways. Stop measuring your life against someone else's highlight reel. Stop letting strangers on the internet dictate how you should feel about your own progress. You are exactly where you need to be right now. You're learning what you need to learn. You're growing at the pace that's right for you. And that is enough. You are enough. So here's my challenge for you today. Identify one area where you've been caught in the comparison trap. Maybe it's your career, your relationships, your body, your lifestyle, your creative output. What would it feel like to release yourself from that comparison? What would it feel like to define success in that area on your own terms? What would it feel like to celebrate your own progress without needing it to look like anyone else's? You don't need permission to run your own race at your own pace. You don't need to apologize for being on chapter 3 while someone else is on chapter 20. You don't need to justify your journey to anyone. Your life is yours to create, and comparison is just stealing the joy from that creation process. My friend, you are on your own unique path, and that path is valuable precisely because it's yours. Stop trying to walk someone else's road. Stop trying to hit someone else's milestones. Start honoring where you are, celebrating how far you've come, and trusting that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Thank you for being here with me today. If this resonated with you, smash that thumbs up button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more real talk about life, growth, and finding your own path. Until next time, keep your eyes on your own lane, trust your own timing, and remember, you're exactly where you need to be. You've got this.